We began last night with 64. The field halved at the end of the evening. Tonight, we're in the round of 32. The NCAA Regional brings you to Anderson, South Carolina, and the Abney Athletics Center. The semifinals between the 5th-seeded Lander Bearcats and the top-seeded Anderson Trojans, live from Anderson, South Carolina. It's Saturday night. Good evening, everybody. Rickson Lane joining you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. So glad to have you along for the ride as we get ready for Lander and Anderson. The Bearcats sprung the only upset of the quarterfinals last night as they toppled 4th-seeded Carson Newman by a score of 82-79. Anderson, a scare thrown in them by the 8th-seeded Barton Bulldogs, but they survive 69-66, and they move on to the semifinals in their home gym. The Bearcats and Trojans just about to get underway here, and they are being waited for in the championship by the Nighthawks of North Georgia, who ran away with our first semifinal of the night over the Wingate Bulldogs. So North Georgia waiting in the wings for Lander or Anderson on Monday night here at the Abney Athletics Center. Our starting lineups for you this evening as the Bearcats and Trojans take the floor. And it is a wonderful environment here in Anderson. It's spring break here at Anderson University. You wouldn't know it, though. The fans have come out full force in the Bearcats section behind us to our right. The rest of the arena in black and gold. Tip is underway. It's controlled by the Trojans. And here we go. Anderson moving right to left as you're listening. We apologize for the late start here on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network, dealing with some technical difficulties right before tip-off. Those are always the most fun to deal with as the Trojans go inside to Alexi Mullenhour, and the Southeast Region Player of the Year drains a jumper right of the key. 2-0 Anderson on top. Cassie Ketchum, Alexi Mullenhour, Ace Easter, Madison Baggett, and Amari Grievous, the starters for Anderson. For Lander, they'll go with Amaya Melvin, Sarah Cruz, Miriam Ricarte, Mylea McKenneth, and Jessica Harris. Jumper from McKenneth, and the redshirt senior answers with a bucket of her own. 2-2 our score, 9:22 to go in quarter number one. Inside, now out to Ketchum on the left wing. She'll fire a three, airballed it. And the ball taken by Ricarte on the rebound effort. Melvins brings it ahead. Drives inside with contact, finishes off the glass. Amaya Melvins, a strong take. Back the other way, Easter gonna launch a three and hit. Easter from downtown makes it 5-4. Fast start from both of these clubs in the early going. Beautiful dish inside to Harris on the baseline. Harris in traffic. Bounce it out Ricarte. Corner three. Well short, but Melvins grabs the offensive board for Lander and a fresh 30 inside. Ricarte on the cut, and she'll lay it in. Oh my goodness, buckle in everybody. 6-5, Lander on top, and we're 90 seconds into the first quarter. Lander sets up that full court pressure. The Trojans bring it on into the front court. I'll go left side. Around Easter. Fade away, good. 5 consecutive points for Ace Easter. And it's 7-6 Trojans. Melvins goes left side to McKenneth on the wing, isolated. McKelvin, checking McKenneth, goes to the inside. Now Melvins takes the pass, and she's fouled on her way in. Amaya Melvins is playing her best basketball of the season at the most crucial time of the season, and the sophomore from Sicklerville, New Jersey will go the line with 7:57 to go in quarter number one, and Lander down a point. Melvin's first free throw, nothing but net. Knotted at 7, our score, as Melvin's second free throw on the way, and it's off the right side of the iron, and Mullenhour will grab the rebound. Reball left side, missed everything. McKenneth comes out with a board. Wanted to pass it ahead, but it's intercepted by Madison Baggett. Baggett drives on Ricarte and scores. Turnover in the backcourt, and whichever team can avoid those turnovers have a great shot to win this ball game. These two teams love to take advantage of miscues like that. 9-7, Ricarte right wing. Didn't have the open look, so she hands to McKenneth. McKenneth straight away, now dribbles to the right side of the arc. 15 on the shot clock. McKenneth, free throw line. Over to Melvins, now back to Harris. Harris straight away, 3. Off the mark, and Mullenhour secures the loose board. 9-7 Anderson leading. 7:10 to go, quarter number one. Inside, Grievous with good defense from McCarty, and the ball batted away. Last touch by the Trojans. Eastern couldn't control it, 6:58 to go, first quarter. Lander down a bucket. So Harris will walk the ball over the timeline. 6:52 to go in the first quarter. 9-7 Trojans on top. Riccardi, right wing. Riccardi going to drive inside. Had her shot denied, out of bounds. And it was last touch by the Trojans. That was Grievous who came away with the block for Anderson. A lot of size down low for this Trojan team. Number 1 seed in the Southeast region. They're ranked 15th in the nation. Harris looking for help, goes inside. Riccardi dishing to Melvin's inside. Beautiful look from the freshman, and she finds Melvin's under the hoop for the lay-in. It's 9-9. Baggett brings ahead, hands to Mollenhauer. Mollenhauer being guarded by Cruz, the freshman. Cruz harassing her as she tries to go baseline. McKinnon took it away, and it's off of Mollenhauer. Bearcat basketball. Oh, how about Sarah Cruz, man-to-man with the Region Player of the Year, and she forced her into a turnover. 9-9 our score, 6:27 left in quarter number one in the Abney Athletic Center. Melvins goes left side to McKinnon now. McKinnon wanted to get in the post, instead gives to Cruz. Cruz back to Melvins on the right wing. 20 on the shot clock. Riccardi, give to Cruz, set a screen. Now McKinnon straight away. McKinnon crosses back to the left, wants to go in the lane and does. Puts up a floater with the right hand, off the backboard, no good. Harris took the rebound away from Mollenhauer. Fresh 30 for Lander, and Harris will reset the offense as she gives the ball to Cruz. Under 6 to go in the first quarter, we're even at 9. Harris wants to go into the key, picks up her dribble, and she took one too many steps into a big, lengthy double team by Mollenhauer and Ketchum. Another turnover for the Bearcats. Easter to the right of the key. Her jumper too strong. Went for her own rebound and had it poked free by McKinnon out of bounds. It'll be Trojan basketball. 5:42 remaining in the first quarter. We're even at 9. Easter going to inbound it from the corner. Goes inside, Grievous. Turnaround, left-handed hook, good. Grievous, a 6'4 junior out of Orangeburg, South Carolina. Transfer from the D1 levels from Winthrop. And she puts the Trojans up 11-9. Cruz spins in the lane. Hot pass to Melvins. Melvins off the glass. Maya Melvins came to play in the opening period. It's 11-all. Give Melvins now 7 points as the jumper is no good. Trojans grab the offensive board. Baggett will back out straight away. 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Offensive foul as Ketchum threw an elbow. Harris draws the foul, and we'll go to immediate timeout. Oh, we could be in for a fun one tonight, y'all. 11-all with 4:56 to go in quarter number one. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Back in the Electric City, Anderson, South Carolina. Lander and the top-seeded Trojans all knotted up at 11 all with 4:56 to go in the first quarter of play in the NCAA Southeast Regional Semifinal. Rickson Lane joining you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Bearcat possession as Cruz takes it up top, gives to Riccardi, off the screen, 3-ball, yes ma'am, Miriam Riccardi, off a career-high 20-point outing last night against Carson Newman. She drains her first 3 of the evening, and Lander's got the lead at 14-11. Trojans with the ball as Ketchum puts the hook'em horns up in the air. Around the screen left side. Ketchum wants to go inside. Instead, gives to a cutting Mollenauer. Mollenauer, Euro step around Riccardi, but misses the layup. Ball batted about, and Melvins comes away with a loose ball. Melvins wants to push tempo as she takes it over half court. Melvins, right of the key, spinning, lost the handle. Kick out to Cruz. Cruz, Riccardi. Riccardi straight away. Off the front of the rim, no good. Melvins fighting for the rebound. It's kicked out, and Harris scoops up the loose ball. Good effort down low from Amaya Melvins to keep it alive. Now Cruz will set the offense with 3:55 to go in quarter number 1, and Lander up 14-11. McKenneth around the screen, long 2, off the mark, and rebounded by Grievous. Baggett brings it ahead for the Trojans. Skip pass left side, Easter. Easter gonna launch a 3, off the front of the rim on the line, drive shot. Anderson saves it on the baseline. It was Baggett who came away with it, and then Baggett loses it out of bounds as Easter tried to feed her in the corner. Turnover by the Trojans. Ball back to Lander. 3:36 left in the opening period, and Lander up 14-11. Both teams have committed 2 turnovers apiece. Lander doubling up the Trojans on the boards right now. It's 8-4. Riccardi, jumper, spun out, no good. Had it on the elbow, and it looked pretty coming out of her hand and just twirled out of the rim. 14-11 still, Bearcats up 3, 3:13 left in the quarter. Mollenhauer, hounded by Cruz. Harris tried to pick her pocket from behind. That leaves Baggett open. She goes inside, Grievous, and was fouled by Riccardi. Riccardi picks up Lander's first foul of the quarter with 3:05 left in the period. So for the first time, the Trojans will go to the line as Grievous knocks down the first, and we'll have our first substitutions of the evening. Tabitha Daly checks in and replaces Miriam Riccardi. Anderson is going to counter as it looks like Erica Martin will check in for the Trojans. The senior forward from North Charleston replaces Grievous. Grievous hit them both, and it's 14-13. Harris jogs it across half court. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Lander up 14-13. McKenneth on the arc to Cruz in the corner. Jab step, now fires. Got it. 3-ball from Sarah Cruz. They'll say she was on the line. It's a 2. 16-13. We saw a lot of overturned 3-pointers last night. These balls that we thought were 3-pointers. And granted, we're sitting courtside, so don't have necessarily the best angle on some of those 3-pointers. Referees are right on top of it. 16-13, Bearcats up 3. They go inside. Mollenhauer, jumper, baseline, rattled out, no good. And the fight for the rebound is won by the Trojans. Mollenhauer kicks it to Ketchum. Ketchum left side, Baggett. Baggett for 3, got it. We're all even at 16. Melvins and Easter got a little tangled up there as they tried to collect the ball on the baseline. Melvins gives to Daly at the top of the arc. Daly looks for a blue jersey. We're getting an offensive foul on an illegal screen against Amaya Melvins. Simone Starks will check in now for Lander. Jessica Harris going to go to the bench in a 16-16 game with 2:04 to go in the first quarter of action. Mollenhauer gets it over the timeline. The Trojans will set the offense up. Lander sticking that man-to-man defense. Baggett picks up her dribble. McKenneth all over her. She gives to Easter now. Easter into a trap. Dribbles away from it. Right side. Fires a jumper. Front of the rim. Fight for the rebound. Daly ran it down for Lander. McKenneth straight away with 90 seconds to go in the first quarter. Tied at 16. Cruz Around the screen, picks up a dribble, throws it down on the baseline to Starks. Starks comes away with the ball. Her reverse layup is no good. It bounced all over the rim, but it wouldn't fall. And 1:15 to go in the first period as the Trojans bring it ahead. Starks guarding Baggett. She wanted to get to the rim, but Starks cut her off. Now Mollenhauer straight away, three-pointer, front of the iron. Starks grabs the board. Starks push it ahead, over to Cruz. Cruz gonna go inside, high off the glass, no good. Daly got the rebound. Daly looking for help, tries to put it up. She can't get it to go, was trapped under the hoop. 45 seconds left in the period. Baggett brings it ahead. McKenneth waits for it at the arc. Baggett gonna fire a three, way off the mark, and tries to save it out of bounds, and does to Mollenhauer. Mollenhauer right side, jumper, it's off the side of the rim, and Daly's got the board, and Lander can essentially hold for the last shot here. Shot clock should be turned off. 23 seconds to go. Starks will wait at the midcourt circle and set the offense. Cruz switches from the near corner to the far. Left side of the floor is wide open. 10 seconds to play. Starks puts it in motion. Melvin's left side. Melvin's wants to drive on Mollenhauer. Melvin's in the end one! No! They'll wave it off and call it for an offensive foul. They'll say Melvin's pushed off of Mollenhauer. Would have been an 18-16 Bearcat lead and an opportunity to go up three with 4 seconds left in the quarter. Instead, Melvin's will come out with her second foul. Ariana Sanders checks in for the defense on this final possession of the quarter. We're knotted at 16. Mollenhauer looking, throws it down the sideline. Easter will throw it inside. No good. And Lander will grab the rebound and we'll go to the end of the quarter. 16 all through 10 minutes in the NCAA Southeast Regional Semifinal. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Back in Anderson, South Carolina, the NCAA Southeast Regional. In the semifinals, Lander and Anderson knotted up at 16 at the end of the first quarter. Cruz drives inside, misses the layup, and Mollenhauer grabs the rebound. The length of this Anderson team inside causing some problems for the Bearcats. Your first quarter numbers: Bearcats shooting 41% from the floor, 25% from deep, 1 of 2 at the line, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 turnovers. Melvin's had 7, and Daly grabbed 3 boards. Harris misses a layup out of bounds, and it's last touch by Lander. Bearcats continue to miss opportunities inside. 9:26 to go in the half. We're even at 16. Anderson will inbound. Bearcats in full court pressure. For the Trojans in the first half, Easter and Baggett both had 5 points. Mollenhauer grabbed 4 of their 11 rebounds. Three-pointer good from Baggett. Her second three-pointer of the night, and it's 19-16 Trojans. McKenneth on the right wing. McKenneth inside the arc, puts up a jumper, front rim, and rebound brought in. That was Alexis Tate. They grabbed the board for the Trojans. Anderson, the 1 seed in this regional, Lander, the 5. The Bearcats are the only lower seed that advanced. And then we'll have a foul on the floor on the baseline. I think they're going to call Daly. Tabitha Daly guilty as she picks up her first foul. Bearcats will bring in 2 off the bench. Jessica Harris and Miriam Riccarde check in. Mylene McKenneth goes out for the first time today. And Tabitha Daly will have a break as well. Trojans trying to trigger it in from under the hoop. Easter puts up a baseline jumper and got a friendly roll. Sanders in her face, but Easter able to get it to go. Starks gives to Cruz straight away. Cruz to Riccarde. Riccarde over to Harris. Harris looking for space. Harris wants to drive to the free throw line. Her jumper off the back of the rim. Rebound for the Trojans. Lander having a lot of one-and-done possessions so far early in the second quarter. Tate nearly lost the handle. Chased back towards midcourt, and she'll set the offense. Tate loses her footing at the top of the arc. Still dribbling, and then Stark's going to be called for a foul as Tate pounded the ball for 20 seconds of the shot clock, had her shot blocked by Simone Starks, and Starks is called for a foul. Starks hounded her the entire shot clock, and Tate looks to the bench and gives a shrug. I think she knows she got one there. Tate's first free throw, not even close. Trojans under the direction of head coach Jonathan Barbary with a 30-2 overall record this season. And Tate missed them both. Ball doesn't lie. Starks brings it ahead, had her pocket picked by Baggett. Baggett goes right side to Mollenauer. Mollenauer trying to drive on Harris. Instead goes inside. They work it to Martin. Martin, layup good. And a timeout taken by the Bearcats. Anderson opens the second quarter on a 23-16 run. Bearcats trying to regroup with 7:31 to go in the second quarter. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Back in the Abney Athletic Center, Rickson Lane joining you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Lander trailing Anderson 23-16 here in the Electric City. Harris brings it ahead as Pedersen with some thoughts on the last exchange with the officials. 23-16. Bearcats down 7, looking for their first point of the second quarter. Cruz going to fire a three. It's off the side of the rim. And Tate comes away with the rebound. Baggett into the front court for Anderson. Trojans have scored the first 7 points of the period. Baggett, right side, goes down low to Martin. Martin double team, back out to Baggett. They kick it to Mollenhauer. Mollenhauer's three, good. Alexi Mollenhauer, he's got 5 points on 2 of 6 shooting. And Anderson has pushed the lead to 10, 26-16. Sanders open from the left wing. Had a three rattle out, no good. And the rebound corralled by Martin. 17-14, the advantage for Anderson on the boards right now. After Lander got to a hot start inside, they feed Martin, and Baggett finds her for the layup. 12 unanswered for the Trojans. Bearcats looking for a spark. Mylia McKinnon has come to the scorers table for Lander. The fifth-year senior going to get back in this game. Starks drives in the key, kicks to Sanders. 15-foot baseline jumper, good. Ariana Sanders quiets the crowd for the moment. Her first basket of the day. It's 28-18. Mollenhauer, left side, gives it up top, and Ketchum. Check it, Baggett will set the offense. Baggett sneaks to the free throw line, now backs out, spins away from Sanders. Mollenhauer takes the pass, fires a three, no good. Harris went up and grabbed a rebound. Jessica Harris, Peach Belt Conference Player of the Year. Want to drive inside, kick to Cruz. Cruz is open, Cruz's three is way too strong. And the rebound collected by Anderson. Bearcats missing the threes, and Anderson's grabbing the rebounds. The three-point shooting so far for Lander has just not been there. 1 of 7. Mollenhauer straight away, feeds inside to Martin, fade away in the lane, rattled off the rim, no good. Starks grabs the board. Starks wants to push tempo, 3-on-2. Starks out to Sanders, another 15-footer, bottoms. Ariana Sanders, 2 good-looking shots off the bench for the senior out of Pearland, Texas. 28-20 now. Baggett walks it ahead against Cruz. Gives it right side to Martin. In the lane, Martin on Riccardi. Tries to back out, now spins into the key. Puts up a jumper, no good. Riccardi got a block from behind and grabs a rebound. Miriam Riccardi, a tough defensive stand there. Cruz in transition, inside to Starks. Layup good. Here come the Bearcats. 6 unanswered now for Lander, and it's 28-22. The lead is down to a half dozen with 4:05 to go in the first half. Mollenhauer trying to shake free of Cruz, can't do it. So she'll wink out to the midcourt logo and set the Trojan offense. Sanders switches over onto her. Mollenhauer drives inside the arc, puts up a jumper, missed everything. Riccardi got the rebound, hands it to Cruz, and here we go. Cruz into the key, Cruz inside, down low to Starks. Starks with a layup, got it again. We're within 4. Trojans up 28-24. It's an 8-0 Bearcat run late in the second quarter. Baggett, shadowed by Cruz on the left side of the arc. Fires up a three, airballed it, out of bounds. Bearcat bench explodes up as McKinnon comes in the ball game. Sanders will trigger it in for Lander as Anderson sits back defensively. 3:27 to go. It's been a quarter of runs. Anderson scored the first 12 points of the quarter. Lander has answered with 8 in a row. 28-24, Trojans up. Stark straight away, kicks to Riccardi in the left corner. Pass over to McKinnon. McKinnon dribbles back to the top of the arc, 15 on the shot clock. Harris on the right wing. Harris directing traffic. Harris with Easter waiting for it inside the arc. Harris drives baseline, kicks out. Riccardi, long three ball, missed it. But Stark soared in and grabbed a rebound and then took it away. But a jump ball was called as that was Tate that reached in there and tried to rip it out of her arms. Jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Trojans. 28-24. Lander down 4 with 3 minutes to go in the first half of action. Mollenhauer brings it up against McKinnon. in a double team now. Mollenhauer in trouble, gets it away to Ketchum. Ketchum now trapped on the sideline, gives it to Mollenhauer, and Baggett sets the offense up. Trojans only have 15 seconds to get something going here. Easter on the left wing. Easter shaded left, drives left, puts up a jumper. Riccardi got a piece of it, and it's off the mark. Riccardi tips the rebound out to McKenneth. McKenneth brings it down the far sideline. McKenneth gives to Harris. Harris into traffic, skips it left side. Starks calls for the three, off the mark, and the rebound by Easter. Starks was open, but they got to her just a shade late as someone closed out on her. 28-24, 2:15 to go in the first half. Lander down 4 against the top-seeded Trojans of Anderson. Baggett off a screen, drives, kicks. Mollenhauer long 2, bottoms. Alexi Mollenhauer with the jumper. With 2 minutes to go in the half, it's a 6-point lead for Anderson. Harris gives to Starks. Sanders inside, Harris on the baseline. Harris's jumper too strong, and Baggett grabs the rebound. Baggett ahead to Ketchum. Ketchum on the left side. Ketchum, 3 ball. High off the arc. And then the ball thrown away. Starks goes for it. McKenneth came away with it. McKenneth will bring it ahead. 90 seconds to go in the half. Sanders gives to Starks right side. Riccardi working on the baseline, and they'll say she traveled. Lander goes to the bench. Tabitha Daly comes in. Miriam Riccardi will come out. 30-24 with 1:25 to go in the first half. Lander trails by 6. Mollenhauer brings it ahead. Baggett at the top of the arc. Hounded by Sanders. Now shakes over momentarily and calls the play out. She hands to Ketchum. Ketchum being chased off the arc by Sanders. Mollenhauer kicks it right side to Easter. 10 on the shot clock. Easter gives to Mollenhauer straight away. 7 to shoot. They go inside. Martin's jumper misses, and Harris gets the board. 1 minute to go in the half. Harris brings it into the front court. Harris gives to McKenneth at the top of the arc. 50 seconds left in the half. Lander down a half dozen. Hand off to Harris. Harris inside. Illegal screen against the Bearcats on Daly. Tabitha Daly draws her second foul, and Riccardi quickly back into the ball game with 46 seconds to go in the quarter. .46 seconds left in the half. Lander's down 6. Mollenhauer and Baggett bring the ball up. 38 seconds to go in the half. Baggett into the key. Jab steps, jumper, off the iron. Riccardi gets the board. Riccardi hands to Starks. Starks going to bring it ahead. This might be the last shot of the half if Lander holds the ball. Sanders going to go baseline. Sanders can't get it to fall, but she's fouled. Ariana Sanders almost completes the 3-point opportunity, but she'll go to the stripe with 22.7 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Senior out of Pearland, Texas, will shoot a pair. Sanders' first free throw, good. Erica Martin back in for the Trojans. Sarah Cruz going to check back in for Lander. Sanders makes them both. Now Harris will come out as Cruz comes in. Anderson can hold for the final shot of the half if they so desire. 30-26, the Trojans are up 4. Martin runs the baseline and gets the inbound pass right back. Now she's going to bring it ahead. Martin into the front court. Martin left side, turnaround, baseline, floater, good. Erica Martin goes coast to coast. And now 10 seconds left. Bearcat ball. Starks with 5 to shoot. Starks around a screen. Starks gonna get inside. And 1 for Simone Starks with 0.6 of a second left. Starks, no hesitation, drive, absorb, and finish. And the junior out of Lone Tree, Colorado, with a chance to make this a one-score game with 0.6 of a second remaining before halftime. Her free throw rimmed out. And that'll do it for the first half of play. 32-28 our score. Lander trails the #1 team in the region by 4 as we go to intermission. We'll step aside for a moment, come back with stats, and we'll let you know where things stand after 20 minutes in the East Regional Semifinals. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Back in the Abney Athletic Center, Rickson Lane with you. Halftime here in our second semifinal of the night. North Georgia waits the winner of Lander and Anderson, and right now the top-seeded Trojans lead the fifth-seeded Bearcats 32-28. Anderson with 16 points in both quarters, and again, they opened the second quarter on a 12-0 run to make this game 28-16. Lander answered with 8 consecutive points of their own to cut it back to 28-24, and that 4-point advantage remained for the Trojans as they take a 32-28 lead into halftime. Bearcat stats for you: 37.5% from the field, 1 of 9 from three-point land. That has been the difference so far for Lander. Those shots fell last night against Carson Newman. They're not falling in the first half of this game. They're 60% from the line, 22 rebounds thus far, an 8-7 assist-turnover ratio. Kevin Pedersen, I'm sure, will address the 7 turnovers at halftime. Amaya Melvin's got off to a blistering start with 7 points, but she is sat with a little bit of foul trouble at times in the second quarter. She is still Lander's leading scorer. Ricarde and Jessica Harris have both pulled in 4 rebounds for Lander. Meanwhile, for Anderson, the Trojans just a shade better from the field, 36.1% shooting. They're 30.8 from deep so far in this game, 4 of 13 from behind the arc, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. The Trojans have brought in 24 rebounds, 2 more than Lander. Both teams have grabbed 17 defensive boards so far in this game, 7 offensive for Anderson, 5 for Lander. Trojans have 8 assists, another identical number as the Bearcats, but they've turned it over just 5 times. Madison Baggett leads all scorers with 8 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 2 of 4 from deep. Mollenhauer and Baggett have both hauled in 5 rebounds. That's where we stand at halftime. Lander trailing the top-seeded Anderson Trojans by 4. A berth in the Sweet 16 is on the line tonight. We'll step aside, come back with third quarter action from the NCAA Southeast Regional. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Back at the Abney Athletics Center in Anderson, South Carolina. Rickson Lane join you courtside from the NCAA Southeast Regional Semifinal. Lander trailing top-seeded Anderson 32-28 as we head to the third quarter. Some more numbers for you in that first half. The Bearcats were led by Amaya Melvin, 7 points. Simone Starks and Ariana Sanders both off the bench with 6. 5 for Miriam Ricarte, 2 apiece for Cruz and Mylia McKinnon. Jessica Harris scoreless so far in this game after a tough night shooting the ball last night against Carson Newman. She is coming to this tournament obviously with a bullseye on her back. For Anderson, Madison Baggett leading the way with 8 points. Mollenhauer and Easter each had 7. 6 for Erica Martin and 4 for Amari Grievous. So the Bearcats doubling up the Trojans in terms of bench points. 12-6. Bearcats held a 14-8 advantage in the paint. Anderson forced 7 turnovers and scored 6 points off of them. The Bearcats converted 5 Trojan turnovers into 3 points. The difference so far really in this one, that 1 of 9 shooting from Lander from downtown. Bearcats will have the ball to begin the third quarter, and we are underway. Harris gives it to Cruz on the near sideline. Now McKinnon going to go to Ricarte. Ricarte hand back off to Cruz on the baseline. Cruz drives to the key, gives out to Ricarte. Corner 3 off the front of the rim, and the rebound from Mollenhauer. Lander 1 of 10 from deep. Baggett works ahead. Waits back near midcourt to set the offense in motion. Gives to Easter on the baseline. Her jumper good. Ace Easter. She's now got 9 points, leading all scorers in that department, 34-28. Melvin's trying to get reheated up. She goes inside on Mollenhauer. Can't get the shot to fall. The rebound tapped out and off of the Trojans. Melvin's followed her shot and fought off Mollenhauer for that rebound. 9:09 to play in the third quarter. Bearcats down a half dozen. Harris gets it in the corner to McKinnon. McKinnon to the elbow. McKinnon's jumper, nothing but net by Leah McKinnon. She's got 7 now. 34-30. Bearcats down 4. A minute into this third quarter of action. Mollenhauer goes to Easter, right side 3 off the front of the rim. The rebound pulled in, however, by Grievous. Now Grievous kicks it out, top to Baggett, and Baggett hits again. Madison Baggett, 3 of 5 from deep tonight. It's 37-30. Baggett has 11 points in the game. McKinnon gives to Melvin's top of the arc. 17 on the shot clock. Cruz on the left wing. Gets a screen from Ricarte. Sets up for 3. Fires. Had it rattle off the rim and out. Easter comes away with a rebound. 1 of 11 Lander from downtown. 37-30. Baggett across half court. Dribbles with the left hand as the Trojans put the offense in motion. Baggett waiting for somebody to break open. Gives to Easter on the elbow. Easter going to go inside. The pass was tipped away, and McKinnon stole it. McKinnon pass up ahead off of the Trojans. Tried to thread the needle to Harris, and the Trojans deflected out of bounds. 7:58 left in the third quarter. Lander down 37-30. Harris will inbound. Looking for somebody. Bounces it to Melvin's left of the key. Melvin's backs out, now wants to drive on Mollenhauer. Spins on her, puts up the layup with the left hand, no good. And Martin with the rebound. That was a Grievous rebound, as Baggett walks it ahead. 7:40 left in the third, 37-30 Anderson lead. Easter gets free on the baseline. Easter's jumper good. Ace Easter. 11 points now. And the lead is 9 for the Trojans, 39-30. McKinnon drives inside and fouled on the floor. Call is going to go on Baggett. That's her second. First of the half. As Simone Starks is going to come into the game. Harris will go to the bench. Starks in the first half had 6 points. And now she'll inbound it to Riccardi. Riccardi hands it back to her. Starks goes inside, puts up a floater, banks it in with the right hand. Simone Starks, 8 points now. 39-32, Lander down 7. Baggett ahead to Easter. Easter wants to go baseline, hands it off to Grievous, who lays it in. Bearcats were out of sorts there defensively, and Anderson took advantage. 41-32, Trojans on top. Starks circles the air with her finger, hands to Melvin. Melvin's back around the Mollenhauer, rebound to herself. Baggett on the opposite smoothly tonight. It's the game's leading scorer. Sets up, gives left side to Easter. Drive, Starks goes baseline, play up, no good. McKinnon got the ball. Here comes McKinnon ahead. To the free throw line. Now she stops and hesitates against Baggett and backs out. Around the screen, left of the lane. McKinnon dribbling the baseline now. Looking for help, bounces it to Starks. 15 on the shot clock. Starks thought about a three, instead gives to McKinnon. Lander will reset the offense, 8 on the shot clock. Starks got a screen from Melvin's, 5 to shoot. Starks, step back, now drives, puts a floater, banked it in! Simone Starks making something out of nothing. 41-34, Landers back within 7. Gives Starks 10 on the night. McKinnon shading Baggett towards the near sideline as Baggett goes to the left wing. Around the screen from Mollenhauer. Cruz chases her back to the other sideline. Baggett looking for help, gives to Mollenhauer straight away. 9 on the shot clock. Tried to force it into Grievous, and Riccardi stole it away. Gives to Cruz. Cruz wanting to run in transition. Doesn't have the numbers. Kicks it back, and the pass intercepted and knocked out of bounds by Easter. Got a fingertip on it, but couldn't hold it. Cruz will come out. No, she will not. She's going to inbound in front of the Bearcat bench. Melvins will come out. Tabitha Daly will go in. So Sarah Cruz will inbound right in front of the Bearcat bench with Lander down 41-34. 5:34 to go in the third quarter. Starks running the point. Spreads the offense out as she dribbles to the left wing. Around a screen from Daly. Step back. Long 2. Off the mark. And the rebound from Baggett. Baggett pushing it ahead to Easter on the right wing. Easter going to launch off the mark, and then Starks is going to be called for an over the back on Grievous. Simone Starks flew over and looked to avoid Grievous with her body, but they're going to call her for the foul regardless. So Easter will inbound under the hoop. Had her pass deflected. Good defense there by McKinnon. Didn't allow Easter to get a clean look at anybody. 41-34, Anderson leading with 5:15 to go in quarter number 3. They'll change inbounders now. Baggett's going to take the duties. And now the officials will come together and talk at the three-point line. They're asking if the clock started on the inbound throw from Easter. It should not have started because McKinnon tipped it. They'll say no, and we'll inbound. Baggett throws it, Cruz deflected it, and Mollenhauer picked it up and was fouled by McKinnon. Bearcats had a chance for the turnover there, and McKinnon trying to make a play. First foul against McKinnon. So now Easter going to throw it in to Grievous under the hoop. Grievous working on Riccardi. Hook shot right hand, no good, and McKinnon gets the board. 5 minutes to go in the quarter. Lander down 7. McKinnon will set the offense. Give it to Cruz on the right wing. Cruz gets a screen from Riccardi, goes left, gives back to Riccardi. 3-ball on the way, off the iron, and a foul on Anderson. No, a foul on Starks. Starks was sandwiched by 2 Trojans, and she's called for a foul on the rebound effort. I don't know what in the world they saw there. Starks called for a foul. We'll go to the immediate timeout. 41-34, Lander down 7. 4:50 to go in the quarter. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. 41-34, Lander trailing Anderson with 4:50 to go in the third quarter. Rickson Lane with you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network, and Anderson's going to throw it away on the inbound. Trying to get it into Baggett. Mollenhauer led her too far, and it rolls out of bounds on the far sideline. Bearcat possession, and Starks will do the inbounding from underneath the hoop. Going to send it high to McKenneth. Baggett closed on her quickly. McKenneth wanted to fire a three there, and Baggett tips the pass away. 4:45 left in the third quarter. Bearcats trail by 7. And Leah McKenneth, that's a fifth-year senior, taking advantage. The lead for the Trojans is 5, 41-36. Mollenhauer driving left side. Riccardi steps out. Mollenhauer fires a fadeaway, no good. Riccardi grabs the board, hands it to Cruz. Cruz going to push the tempo. 3-on-2 into the corner. Starks is open. Starks for 3, too strong, and the rebound pulled down by Ketchum. Bearcats in the last 2 quarters are 0 for 10 from beyond the arc. Mollenhauer into a 3, front rim. Rebound by Easter. Easter sends it left side to Ketchum. Starks out on her on the left wing. 3:40 left in the quarter. Lander down 5. Martin driving against Riccardi. Kicks to Ketchum, and she stepped out of bounds. Ketchum steps on the out of bounds line, and Lander will have the ball down 5 with 3:34 to go in the third quarter. Marbury not happy with the call, as it happened right in front of the Anderson bench. 3:30 to go in the third quarter. Lander trails by 5. Daly, wide open up top. They're giving her a lot of space. Cruz gives to McKenneth. McKenneth gonna launch, too short. Starks tips it out of bounds. Anderson with the ball. Kevin Pedersen exhorting his team here. That was something they talked about last night in the postgame with Carson Newman. The message has been, don't be afraid to shoot it. Take our shots. We're not going to leave this tournament thinking we were scared to shoot the ball. They've not been afraid, although the shots haven't fallen. Martin backs her way over half court. Starks tips the pass away and out of bounds. 3:05 to go in the third quarter. Anderson up 5, 41-36. Inside, Martin blocked, and Riccardi called for a foul. Anderson currently sitting on a 4-minute and 31-second stretch without a made field goal. They haven't made a basket from the field since Ace Easter's jumper with 7:35 left in the quarter. We're at the 3:04 mark now as Erica Martin goes to the line for the first time tonight. During that run, Lander has cut the lead from 9 to 5. As Martin clangs the first one off the back of the rim. Riccardi comes out, Harris comes in, Melvins will also come in. She'll take Stark's spot. Harris, Cruz, McKenneth, Melvins, and Daly currently on the floor for the Bearcats with 3:04 left in the quarter. In a 5-point game. Martin prepares for her second free throw. Off the iron, no good. And a lane violation on the Bearcats. So Martin will get a third opportunity. She missed the first 2 badly. So Martin will attempt a third free throw here at the 3:04 mark. She made it. 42-36. Lander trails by a half dozen with 3 minutes left in the third period. Ball down low to Daly. Missed the reverse layup in traffic. Martin with the board. Martin brings it to the 3-point arc. Wants to drive on Daly. Spins. Floater right hand, good. Erica Martin, a nifty shot there. And she's fired up as Anderson pushes the lead to 8. Their first make from the field in 5 minutes. McKinnon drives and banks it in. Through a double team, Mylea McKinnon cuts the deficit back to 6. Mollenauer brings it in the front court. Mollenauer to the key, stops and pops and hits. 46-38. Trojans knocked down a couple of pretty shots in their last 2 possessions. Lander looking for the answer. Gives to McKinnon. Right wing, McKinnon beyond the arc. Looking for space. Around the screen. Baseline jumper. Swish. And timeout taken by Lander. 46-40. The Bearcats down 6 with 1:57 to go in the 3rd quarter. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. (46-40), Lander trails top-seeded Anderson in the Southeast Region semifinals here in the Abney Athletics Center. Rickson Lane with you courtside on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. 1:57 to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Eastern and Baggett with 11 apiece for Anderson. McKinnon and Starks both have 10 for the Bearcats. Baggett working on Cruz. Baggett trying to shake free. Pass it to Martin on the baseline. Martin faced up against Daly. Picks up her dribble. Goes inside to Mollenhauer for the layup. The junior out of North Augusta, Erica Martin, has had a fine performance. It's an 8-point ball game. Melvin's at the free throw line. Melvin's trying to work inside to the key. Had her pass tipped and picked off by Easter. 1:19 to go in the 3rd. 48-40. Offensive foul on the Trojans. They're going to call it on Erica Martin. She picks up her first foul. Daly checks out. Miriam McCarty going to come back in the ball game. (48-40). Harris gives to Riccardi at the free throw line. Riccardi, one dribble, back up top to Harris. Harris is going to launch, no good. Rebounded by Baggett. Lander 1 of 16 from downtown tonight. Cruz all over Baggett as she gives to Mollenhauer on the left side. Mollenhauer jabs, now fires a 3. It's short. Melvin's got the rebound. Melvin spins and brings it ahead. Melvin's to the free throw line. Euro step in the lane. Hook no good with the left hand. And the rebound by Melvin's gives to Harris. Harris kicks to Cruz. Cruz open right side. There it is. Sarah Cruz with the tray and a big fist pump from the freshman. Lander needed that one in the worst kind of way. 48-43. McKinnon tips it away out of bounds to the Trojans. 19.6 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. The lead for the Trojans is 5 with 19.6 seconds showing on the game clock. Anderson can hold for the last shot. Ariana Sanders gonna hustle to the scorer's table and she'll check in for Riccardi. Trojans going to have 5 seconds to get it over half court. They throw it deep to Easter. Easter driving, dishes. Harris tipped the pass away. Harris got beat deep trying to go for the steal, and she sprinted down the floor to knock the pass away. Jessica Harris, who is scoreless tonight, and she's fouled. Landers called for a foul. That's the 5th of the quarter. It was on the floor, but it won't matter. Easter's going to the line. Easter's first free throw is good. Riccardi comes back in. Sanders will go to the bench. Mollenhauer checks out for Anderson. She'll be replaced by Tate. The second free throw good. Bearcats with 14 seconds left in the quarter and down 7. Harris gives to Cruz, 7 to shoot. Cruz to Riccardi in the corner, gives to McKinnon in the lane. Her jumper back of the rim, no good, and Tate grabs the rebound, and we'll go to the fourth quarter. Bearcats down by 7, 10 minutes to go in the Southeast Region semifinal. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. We go to quarter number 4 in the Southeast Region semifinal. Rickson Lane with you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Lander trailing top-seeded Anderson, 50-43, 10 minutes to go here in the Abney Athletics Center. Bearcats go with McKinnon, Harris, Riccardi, Cruz, and Melvins. They're starting 5. Baggett trying to shake free of McKinnon. 15 on the shot clock. Going to go to Mollenhauer. Mollenhauer straight away. Mollenhauer on Cruz. Going to drive left side. McKinnon tried to pick her pocket. Ball's free out of bounds. Last touch by the Trojans. Turnover to Lander. That is the 11th turnover of the night by the Anderson Trojans. In that third quarter, the Bearcats slightly up their three-point percentage on Cruz's make, but they've still just made 2 on the night. 37% from the floor, 60 from the line, 28 boards, 9 assists, 9 turnovers. Sparks and McKinnon both with 10. Riccardi's got 5 rebounds. Drive from Harris. Could not get it to fall, but Jessica Harris making something happen. She'll go to the line. Oh, Lander has been just a bounce and a revolution of the ball away from a couple of momentum-changing three-point play opportunities, but that one wouldn't fall. And with 9:16 to go in quarter number 4, it's Jessica Harris at the free throw line. Harris, the junior out of Sumter, South Carolina, rattles down the first. That is her first point of the night, the Peach Belt Conference Player of the Year. A tough go for her here in the regional, but continuing to fight here. With the Bearcats down 6. Her second free throw is good. 50-45. Lander down 5 as Harris made them both. Martin will go to the bench for Anderson. She'll be replaced by Taylor Hare. No points and 2 boards in just 3 minutes so far in the game for Hare. Lander sets up full court pressure. Baggett against Cruz. Baggett wants to get to the near sideline. Now stutter step as she'll get over the timeline. 9:08 to go in the fourth. Lander down 5. Baggett on the right wing. Baggett trying to shake free. Going to drive inside the arc. Picks up the dribble on the baseline and gives it to Hare. Gets it right back at the arc. Wanted to shoot, but Cruz was on top of her. 10 to shoot now. Baggett, left wing. Baggett around the screen from Mollenhauer. Chased off the arc. Goes into Mollenhauer. Mollenhauer, 5-footer, good. Patient dribbling there by Baggett and found an open shooter, and Mollenhauer converts, and it's a 7-point ball game, 52-45, 8:40 to play. Melvins out on the arc. Melvins with space, gives to Cruz. Cruz around the screen. Cruz going to bounce into Riccardi at the free throw line. Riccardi to McKinnon. McKinnon at the top of the arc. 13 on the shot clock. Melvins over to Harris. Harris going to drive on Easter. Harris puts it off the glass. High arcing, no good. Melvins with a rebound. Melvins with a putback. Lander cuts it back to a 5-point game, 52-47 with 8:20 to go. Amaya Melvins springing back to life after an electric first quarter. 8:10 showing on the clock. Mollenhauer gives to Baggett. Baggett, who has run this offense beautifully tonight for the Trojans, will set everyone in motion as Easter cuts to the left wing. Gets the pass. Melvins is on her. 10 to shoot. Easter wants to go around the screen. Melvins gets on top of her. Easter, nowhere to go. Gives to Baggett. Baggett going to fire from long range. No good. Harris got the rebound. Good defensive possession. Long outlet ahead. McKinnon, the layup, and it's a 3-point ball game. Here come the Bearcats with 7:43 to go in regulation. 52-49. Mollenhauer across the timeline, behind her back, wants to go right side. Step back jumper on Cruz, rimmed out, no good, and a good box out and a rebound from Jessica Harris. She kept Hare off of it and gets to the rim. Harris driving, and she's fouled. Jessica Harris will go to the line with 7:24 to go. All sorts of life on this Bearcat bench to our right. With 7:24 remaining, it's a 3-point ball game, and Harris is at the stripe for 2. Simone Starks waiting at the scorer's table for Lander. Harris's first free throw off the front of the iron. Starks will come in, Cruz will come out. .24 remaining in regulation. Made the second. Looked over to Coach Pedersen, said, I got it, and drained the second shot. 52-50. McKinnon nearly forces the turnover on Mollenhauer. Now she's picked up her dribble, in trouble. Melvin stole it away. And they'll say a foul on Anderson. They're going to call it on Easter as she tied up Melvins, who stepped in front of the pass and picked it away. McKinnon tapped it out of Mollenhauer's hand, forced her to pick up her dribble, and Melvins intercepts the pass. Lander with the ball in a one-possession game with 7:08 to go in regulation. Harris hesitates at the free throw line. Gives to McKinnon on the right wing. McKinnon working on Baggett. Over to Melvins. Melvins to Starks. Starks on the left wing. Around the screen. Wants to go baseline. Looking to break free. Reverse layup good. Oh my goodness, Simone Starks. Circus maneuver there from Starks to get loose under the rim, and we're tied with 6:40 to play. Baggett working on McKinnon. Left side to Easter. Easter goes to the baseline, gives it to Hare. Hare back up top. Baggett for 3. Rimmed out. Melvins skies for the rebound. Melvins in the front court. Bounce it inside. McKinnon is open. And here go Lander. 54-52 with 6:20 to play. The Bearcats have the lead. Baggett brings it up the near sideline. Starks on top of her. Lander on a run here. It's an 11-2 run for the Bearcats to open this fourth quarter. Easter trying to get free, and Harris called for the foul out on the perimeter. Trying not to give Easter any room to breathe there. No, they're going to call Maya Melvins, excuse me. I thought that one was on Harris. It's on Melvins. That's Lander's first foul of the quarter. Easter gives to Baggett in the corner. Inside to Hare. Hare puts up the hook shot with the right hand and got a friendly Abney Athletics Center roll. We're tied at 54. with 5:48 to play. And Starks is grabbed and fouled by Ketchum out on the arc. That's the 4th foul of the quarter against Anderson. One more, and the Bearcats will go to the line the rest of the quarter. Starks gonna lob it down low to Melvins. Melvins gets away from Mollenhauer, and one for Amaya Melvins on the reverse layup. The sophomore from Sicklerville, New Jersey, is gonna put Lander up 2 and go to the stripe for a potential 3rd. With 5:43 to go in the ball game, Amaya Melvins has had some huge moments in this one. Missed the free throw, and Hare grabbed the rebound. Lander has missed some big freebies in this regional. Starks stole it away in the backcourt, and one for Simone Starks! Oh my goodness! Starks intercepts the pass on the baseline, reverse layup, and finishes 58-54. And Starks is at the line now. Lander in the bonus with 5:34 to play. The Eastern Washington transfer had it rim out. Oh, that's 2 big missed freebies for Lander. But with 5:30 to play, the Bearcats lead by 4, 58-54. It's a 15-4 run in this quarter for Lander. Baggett open, 3, way off the mark. Baggett grabbed the rebound in the corner. Mollenhauer for 3, she got it. Alexi Mollenhauer brings this crowd back to life, 58-57. We got a 1-point ball game now. Starks give to McKenneth on the right wing. Riccardi sets the screen, gives to Melvins up top. Melvins swings it left side to Starks. 4:50 to play, 13 on the shot clock. Starks out to McKenneth, top of the arc, 10 to shoot. McKenneth, right side, jumper, leaning off the front of the rim, no good. And Baggett chased down the rebound for Anderson. 4:35 remaining. Lander up 58-57. Baggett, hounded by Starks at half court, goes to the right wing, inside, and Melvin's going to be called for a foul as she tried to step in front of Martin and steal the pass. Media timeout, 4:27 to play. We've got a barn burner in the semifinals. Lander leads top-seeded Anderson 58-57 with 4:27 to go. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. The 5th-seeded Lander Bearcats, 15 of the 22 points in this 4th quarter, and they have stormed back to take a 58-57 lead. Anderson led this game by as many as 12 in the 2nd quarter. Lander just got their largest lead of the night just a minute ago at 4 points. Trojans inbounding, down 1 with 4:27 to play. Rickson Lane joining you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Easter gonna trigger it in. Bearcats have Starks, Riccardi, Harris, Cruz, and McKenneth on the floor. Baggett isolated on Cruz, gives inside. Martin working on Riccardi. Riccardi blocked her shot and comes away with possession. Harris takes the handoff and brings it in the front court. Harris to the free throw line, weaves over to the baseline, looking for help, out to Riccardi. Riccardi for 3, front rim no good. Mollenhauer with the rebound. 4 minutes to play. Lander up 1. Baggett, left side Easter. Easter wide open, gonna launch. And off the back rim, Starks went up and grabbed the board. Starks pushing ahead. Starks to the lane. Starks to the hole in the finish. Simone Starks. She's got 16 on the night to lead all Bearcats. And it's 60-57 with 3:35 to go. Mollenhauer. And a give to Baggett, top of the arc. Baggett, left side. Baggett with McKenneth on her. Goes up top to Ketchum. Ketchum straight away, 7 to shoot. Ketchum around a screen. Goes back to the right side. And an offensive foul on Cassie Ketchum. She put a forearm into Starks, and Ketchum goes down to the right of the key, holding her right ankle, I believe. Ketchum down, holding her right ankle. 3:17 to go, and we'll take a timeout as Ketchum is tended to. 60-57, Bearcats on top. You're listening to Bearcat Broadcasting Network. (60-57), Lander on top of Anderson with 3:17 to go in the semifinals of the Southeast Regional. Rickson Lane with you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Ketchum off the floor. We certainly hope that she is all right. Took a tumble after she was called for the offensive foul and looked to be a little gimpy on her ankle. Cruz inbounds to Harris, and she'll bring it ahead. Starks drives inside. Starks to the lane. Missed the layup off the front of the rim. She was in a double team and snuck through it somehow, but couldn't get it to finish. 3 minutes to go. Lander up 3. Martin to the free throw line. Now backs out and hands the ball to Baggett. Baggett tugs on her jersey to set the offense up. Left side it goes to Tate. Tate tries to get it inside to Martin. Martin on the block. Back out to Ketchum. Baggett right side. Baggett deep 3. Got it. 2 steps beyond the arc, and she drilled it. With 2:37 to go, we're tied at 60. Big shot from Baggett. She's done it all night. McKenneth, guarded by Mollenhauer, gives to Harris. Harris will back out, 2:25 to go. Right side it goes to Starks. Starks with 10 to shoot. Harris straight away. Harris, jab steps. Now crosses to the right side, drives in left. Harris off the glass, can't get it to fall. And the rebound, Harris had it on the baseline. It's off of Harris, and Anderson will have the ball. Harris snuck in there to try to get it free, went crashing to the floor, and touched it last. 2:09 to play, we're tied at 60. Mollenhauer to trigger it in. Gets it to Baggett. Baggett with McKenneth on top of her. There's to Mollenhauer. Give and go. Baggett takes it, brings it up the floor. Sends it right side to Tate. Tate on the far sideline. Back to Baggett. McKenneth went for the steal. Now Baggett backs out and sets the offense. 60-60. 1:55 to play in regulation. Baggett spins off of McKenneth. Drives to the right side of the arc. Now Starks picks her up, and Starks called for a foul as Baggett falls. I don't know if Starks bumped her and that caused her to lose her footing, or she lost her footing and fell into Starks. Hard to tell as that call made on the far side of the floor on the opposite end of the court. 1:48 to play, and the Trojans will have the ball. Trojan ball with 1:45 remaining in a tied ball game. Mollenhauer gives to Baggett. Baggett dribbling with McKenneth on her. Goes to the left wing. Wants to get inside to Tate. Tate trying to back down Cruz. Puts up a tough shot. Off the mark, no good. Martin grabbed the rebound over the top of Riccardi. Shot didn't hit the rim. They got to get something off. 5 seconds to shoot. Baggett going to drive. Baggett to the hole. Missed the layup. Martin got the rebound and then shot it off the bottom of the backboard, and she was fouled. Bearcats nearly forced the shot clock violation, and Starks is called for the foul. And Simone Starks will foul out with 1:17 to play. Starks checks out with a game-high 16 points. What an effort from the junior out of Lone Tree, Colorado tonight. 4 boards, 2 assists, 16 points. And now Erica Martin is at the line. She is 1 of 2 so far tonight at the free throw line. The junior, checking the senior from North Charleston. And her first was never close. High and off the back of the rim and the left side of the iron. Now a chance for her second. Spins it and fires. Got it. It's 61-60. Harris with the ball, 1:15 to go. Lander in the front court, down by 1. Cruz around a screen, picks up her dribble, gives to Melvins. Melvins left side to McKinnon. McKinnon off the screen. Backs out on the left wing, looking for help. McKinnon gonna drive into traffic, kicks to Cruz. Cruz thought about a 3, gets to the free throw line, now hands off to Harris. 10 seconds to shoot, 55 seconds on the shot clock. Harris gonna call for a screen with 5 seconds. Harris gonna drive, stutter step, out to McKinnon. McKinnon for 3, off the front of the rim, no good, and Easter grabbed the rebound. 45 seconds to play. Lander down 1. Baggett brings it ahead. Harris guarding her. Baggett knocks Harris to the floor, no call. Baggett will back out. 17 to shoot, 32 to play. Baggett looking to get free of Cruz. Baggett gonna hand to Easter. Baggett gets it back in the corner. Gonna bounce it down low to Martin. Martin working on Ricarte, and she traveled. She traveled with 22 seconds to play, and Lander's gonna have the ball. Timeout taken by the Bearcats. Lander down 1 with 22 seconds to go, and the ball. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Back in the Abney Athletics Center in the Electric City, we've had an electric semifinal. Lander trailing by 1 against the Anderson Trojans, the top team in the region. 22.4 seconds remaining. And the Bearcats have the basketball. And they'll inbound from half court. Riccardi will inbound. Harris gets it and starts the offense. Gives to Riccardi. 3 ball on the way. She was fouled. Miriam Riccardi was fouled with 18 seconds to play, and she'll go to the line. Riccardi at the line, the freshman from Pamplona, Spain. Makes her first. Boy, that looked calm and collected. The true freshman out of Spain has knotted it up at 61. Made her second. Boy, she's running through these free throws. She didn't take a breath on either of them. 2 dribbles, the shot, and the make. Riccardi nailed all 3. 18 seconds to play. Lander's up 2, 63-61. Timeout Trojans. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. 18.4 seconds remaining in the Southeast Region semifinal. Lander up 63-61 on the top-seeded Anderson Trojans. The Bearcats have outscored Anderson 20-11 in this fourth quarter, and with 22 seconds remaining, had the ball down one. Miriam Riccardi was fouled in the corner. She went to the line, and the freshman, with ice in her veins, drained all 3 free throws to put the Bearcats up by 2. Now with 18 seconds to go, Jonathan Barbary will draw something up for his Trojans, and you have to imagine that the ball is going to be primarily in the hands of Madison Baggett, who's got 14 and 10 assists, and Alexi Mollenhauer, the Southeast Region Player of the Year, has 16 points, and you have to think she's going to get a look at either a game-tying 2 or a potential game-winning 3. If you're the Bearcats, Mollenhauer and Baggett, and of course you can't forget about AC Stern, number 22, and Erica Martin's got 10 points down on the block. Lander will go with Harris, Melvins, Cruz, Riccardi, and McKinnon. Melvins is going to guard the inbound. Tate will inbound for Anderson. Gives it to Easter in the corner. Out top, she goes to Baggett. Baggett on the left wing, 13 to play. Baggett going to drive inside. Kick to Mollenhauer, and the pass was tipped away by Mylia McKinnon. 10 seconds to go, 63-61, and the Bearcats will set defensively. And timeout taken by Anderson. We'll draw something up here. Lander down or up 2 with 10 to go. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. You want me to shoot? .1 seconds remaining. Lander up to 63-61. Anderson with the ball, inbounding from the far corner on their side of the floor. They inbounded high to Mollenhauer and threw it deep in the corner. Mollenhauer with 8 seconds to go. Offensive foul! She bowled over Mylia McKinnon, and the 5th-year senior from Durham, North Carolina, picks up the biggest charge of her life. Lander will inbound with 7.8 seconds remaining. Melvins will inbound it from the backcourt. Harris trying to get free, and she does, and she's fouled with 7.1 seconds remaining. The junior from Sumter, South Carolina. Same song, different verse. A chance to go to the line and ice this one. And Alexi Mollenhauer, the Region Player of the Year, is done for the night with her 5th foul. 63-61. Taylor Hare comes in for the Trojans. Harris at the line. McKinnon and Starks are on the blocks. Riccardi is behind. The first free throw off the front of the rim. Harris a chance to make this a 3-point game. Melvins is back at the arc. The second free throw is good. It's 64-61. Harris makes 1 of 2. 7 seconds to play. Lander on 3. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. 7.1 ticks remaining. Lander leads 64-61. Anderson trying to draw something up here now. You got to imagine they're going to try to get a 3. Bearcats go with McKinnon, Melvin, Sanders, Cruz, and Harris. An all-guard lineup here to try to protect the arc. Tate will inbound. Easter trying to get free of McKinnon. They throw it high to her. Easter, 4 to shoot. Easter drives, looking for help. She threw it away. That's going to do it. It's over. The Bearcats have won it. 64-61. Lander forces the turnover. Will they put a 1/10 of a second back on the clock? 64-61. Easter threw it away to the near sideline. They're going to put time back on the clock, it appears. Lander forces the turnover. Lander's going to get a chance to inbound. Time left on the clock. Lander's going to inbound it. How much time is the question? How much time do the Bearcats have to kill? 0.1. Melvins will throw it in. Melvins will inbound it. Lander with a 1/10 of a second remaining. Melvins inbounds. Ball game! How sweet it is! The Bearcats, for the first time since 2012, are back in the Sweet 16. They upset the top-seeded Trojans in their house, and Lander on Monday night will play for a region title. 64-61, the Bearcats have officially busted the bracket in the Southeast region. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll end the game and talk to Kevin Pedersen. Sweet 16 bound is this Lander Bearcat club. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Back in Anderson, South Carolina. Excuse me, y'all. It feels like it's Greenwood right now. Lander comes into the building of the #1 team in the Southeast, and they emerge with a berth in the Sweet 16, and they'll play for a region title Monday night. And we're joined now by head coach Kevin Pedersen. Coach, in a first half where you guys just couldn't get the timely shot to fall, you hung around, and that fourth quarter run, we've said it all year, the run always comes eventually. What did it take for the run to finally show up when you needed it in the worst kind of way?
Begging, hands and knees begging. You know, we just kept telling our kids they were playing hard, but they weren't playing with the fire that we're used to. And you know, it's hard when you're a senior like Mylea, and it's so easy when you're fighting hard and the emotions are flowing in the game. It's so easy to just take a second and be like, hey, I need a break. And give Mylea McKenneth credit, give Jessica Harris credit. Those two kids struggled in the first half, and at the end, they wanted the ball. They wanted to come up. Mylea made some big plays, and it was just one kid. Once they start going, you could see the belief coming in. And like we talked about, this was a team who'd struggled in close games, and they picked the right time to get 2 wins in 2 close games.
You pick up the 2 wins, but you're not done. You go Monday night against the third leg of this revenge tour you've gone on this weekend, and you get North Georgia. What does this team focus on as you get ready to play a team that you're very familiar with for a chance to go to an Elite Eight?
Geez, I'll tell you what, it's hard to even think about that. Like, thinking about playing North Georgia right now is almost exhausting. So they got a great team. I'm hoping we can do better. They've run through the field so far. It's the battle of two opposites. They have just dominated everybody, and we've had to go blood, sweat, tears, and everything we've got to get to Monday. So, you know, once again, they're going to be the favorite. That's a team that won the regular season title, won the conference tournament back-to-back years. So we're just going to keep doing what we do. We know we're the underdog coming in. We know we're not going to be everybody's pick, but we're going to be my pick, and I think we're going to be everyone's pick who's wearing that blue uniform on Monday. So that's all I can ask of them, and we'll take it and go from there.
That's head coach Kevin Pedersen, head coach of the official bracket busters in the Southeast region. Lander 64-61 over Anderson. They'll play for a region championship Monday night here in the Abney Athletics Center. That'll do it for us tonight, and we're so glad you tuned in. 64-61 your final. The Bearcats are going to the Sweet 16. Have a blessed evening, everybody. We'll talk to you Monday night in the Southeast Region Championship game.